guys, so far this year I've read 6 books and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a January-February reading wrap up. Yeah, here we go. I have my matcha that I made. It's like 6 o'clock and I'm so happy the time changed today. So it's light outside for a little bit longer, so I figured I'll go ahead and film this video. Okay, so the first book I have is Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the second in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I don't know actually what the series name is called. I just always call series by the first book in the series. This is the second and I rated this one a 3 stars. So this series follows this girl. What is her name? So this series follows a girl. She wants to learn how to be a mortician, but it's in a time where women aren't really accepted in certain fields or any fields. And so she kind of has to go under the radar and learn how to be a mortician. She works with her uncle that does that, and she ends up discovering a case that she tries to follow and uncover. And then in this one, the second one, her and her partner in crime, Thomas Cresswell. I love how I remember his name, but I don't remember her name. It's because I love Thomas Cresswell. But in this one, they both go to this boarding school that you can learn things about dead bodies, mortician type of stuff. So they go there. Then there ends up being another series of murders that take place that they have to solve. I did really enjoy this one. Ooh, I have a little tab down. I wonder what that's about. I rated this one a 3 stars though. I think I felt like this one was a little bit dragged out, but still good. I don't know what this tab is down for. Okay, let me read what it says. It's kind of a little bit of a good quote that I never underlined or anything, but it says, "I cannot predict what the future will bring when tomorrow may not come. Any number of things may happen. God may decide he's had enough of us and wipe the slate clean." I think that's why I dog-eared this page, but I really do like this book. And I'm excited to read the next one. They're going to the US in the next one, so I think they're in Romania in this one. Anyway, love them. I love a good YA mystery. But my next book that I read was The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I love this book. New 5-star, new favorite read. I love this book so much. And it's really a quick read. It's not a very long book, but it really is very meaningful, I feel like. This book follows a girl who decides to take her own life. And when she does, she gets sent to the Midnight Library, where there's a whole bunch of books in the library that she can open up and then be sent into that world, which is, if she makes certain decisions, this is what her life would look like. And it shows her different versions of her life that she could be living, basically. I love this book. I love the meaning behind it, and kind of basically shows that the power of perspective in your life makes the biggest difference in how you live your life and your feelings about your life. It's so good. Let me read a quote. I love reading a good quote. Okay, this is a good one, I think. "She realized that you could be as honest as possible in life, but people only see the truth if it is close enough to their reality." As Thoria wrote, "It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see," which I feel like that kind of shows what I was trying to say about this book. Let's read this one. "A fear of what she was feeling. Love. You could eat in the finest restaurants, you could partake in every sensual pleasure, you could sing on stage in Sao Paulo to 20,000 people, you could soak up whole thunderstorms of applause, you could travel to the ends of the earth, you could be followed by millions on the internet, you could win Olympic medals, but this was all meaningless without love." Love it. There was a net of love to break her fall. Okay. Love it. Love this book. 5 stars. New favorite read. I feel like everybody should read this book. It's so good. I think while I was reading these other books, I was listening to Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. This is basically C.S. Lewis's introduction to the Christian faith and kind of a summary of the Christian faith. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wish I had been underlining and everything going through this, so at some point I'll probably read this book again, but I did enjoy it. I don't feel like it was anything new, things that I already knew, but in his words, I guess. But I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna rate it because I'm not really gonna rate nonfiction. I just want to read nonfiction to learn more about things. But I did hear that The Great Divorce is a good Christian nonfiction by him, so maybe I'll read that one at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to start reading C.S. Lewis books, so this is the first one I read and I really did enjoy it, and I think I did gain some more knowledge, even though I just said that I don't think I did, but I definitely did. I don't know, I heard that The Great Divorce is a little bit easier to understand bland, and I could see that because this was kind of like the wording he used and everything felt a little bit harder to digest, I guess. So at some point I probably will try to go through this again and underline and really like soak it up. But yeah, it says the beloved classic on what all Christians believe. And then we have Misery by Stephen King, which I got a bone to pick with this book apparently. I rated this book a 2 stars. Definitely not one of my favorite books. I rarely rate books lower than 3 stars, honestly. Like most books, I'm pretty easy to please. I feel like I'm not super picky on what I'm reading, and I'm not a super picky writer, but I did not enjoy this book. I really didn't. Didn't like the way it made me feel. I was not entertained in the slightest. 2 stars. 2-star read. This basically is about this author who gets in a car crash, and his biggest fan, Annie Wilkes, ends up kidnapping him, and he has to try to figure out how to escape with 2 broken legs. Yeah, I really thought I was gonna like this book. I love thrillers, but this just didn't feel very thrilling to me. It just felt disturbing and like a fever dream, and it felt like not much was going on. So 2 stars. This is the first Stephen King book that I've read. I don't know if I said that yet, but I'm going to be reading Billy Summers at some point because I have that book, and I hope I like that more. If not, Stephen King might just not be for me, but I'm gonna read Billy Summers and see how that goes. This one, not my favorite. And then the last book I read was The Do-Over. Oh wait, no, I missed one. I also read Long Live the Pumpkin Queen, I think it's called. I'll insert a picture of it here. My coworker wanted me to read this book, and he lent it to me, so I read that book. And I watched The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I think I've seen before, but I wanted to like watch it again, refresh my memory. So I watched that, and then I read the book. It was cute. I really liked it. I thought it was entertaining and a quick, easy read. I think I'd rate that probably 3 or 4 stars. And then for my book club, I read The Do-Over by Lynn Painter, and this was a good one. This was a good pick for them because this is set on Valentine's Day. Yeah, I read this like right after Valentine's Day, I think. And this basically is about this girl in high school who wakes up and ends up living the same day over and over again, and it's Valentine's Day. And her Valentine's Day just like is not what she was expecting, and it's kind of like the worst Valentine's Day there possibly could be in her world. But yeah, then she discovers kind of that like the things that were important to her aren't actually as important as she thought they were. I really like this book. I rated it a 4 stars. I thought this was really cute. Let me read something that happened in this book. Okay, it says, it might have been a wild time and an absolutely ridiculous day, but living my life for myself had felt good. I'd always lived to please everyone else, but who would ever do what I really wanted if not me? I love this. I just love the theme and message behind it, to just like live for yourself and not other people, and to kind of let loose a little bit and not take life as seriously. I thought it was so cute. I love this book. And also, side note, these little sprayed edges are so cute. It's a Barnes & Noble exclusive. So those are all the books I read in January and February so far this year. I'll tell y'all what I'm reading right now. In March, I'm reading None Shall Sleep. I'm like 100 pages into this, and I'll probably keep reading after I get this video up, but I'm really liking this book so far. So yeah, I guess I'll talk more about this next time I do a wrap up. Yeah, I just wanted to mention this is what I'm currently reading. And yeah, those are all the books I've read so far this year, and I'm so excited to see what other books I get to. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I guess I'll see you in my next one soon. Bye!